So here's the iconic J3. It is in the hangar today. It's a little windy for this. This would have been a trainer aircraft for many incoming U.S. service members. This would have been the primary trainer. The aircraft has very large wings. It's 36.5-foot wingspan. The wing chord is almost 4 feet, and I'll explain what a wing chord is in just a few minutes. So let's get you a good look at the airplane itself. As you can see, it is what we call tube and fabric airplane, and I'll get a closer look at one of the wings here. These wings are covered with a fabric. Originally it would have been cotton or linen that's coated with a substance that helps keep the sunlight from destroying the cover on the aircraft. It's a conventional, which means it has a tail wheel as far as the landing gear is concerned. And you see those little black things there? Those actually have large rubber bands inside those bungees that provide some level of suspension when you're landing. It's powered by a Continental horizontally opposed 4-cylinder 65 horsepower engine. That's right, 65 horsepower. That's one of the reasons it has such large wings is you can add wing area to basically increase your lift. It's strut based, you see the struts there, and it has a wooden Sensenich prop built in Lillits, Pennsylvania, and this company's been around a long time. The prop is coated on the leading edges here with some brass to protect it some. Okay, here's a closer look at the engine. What you see is most of the engine, these what they call eyebrows, are for cooling, and they push air across those cylinders and help cool those cylinders. Okay, let's have a look around the rest of the aircraft. The controls are very simple, and it's a little difficult to see because it's a little dark, but you know, it's about as basic as you can get with regards to instrumentation. You see an engine RPM gauge, a airspeed indicator, an altimeter, as well as an oil temperature and oil pressure. And literally that is, and a compass in the middle there. That is everything that this aircraft came with. No additional flight instruments were in this. Okay, you'll see some other controls, a throttle that provides the thrust adjustments to the engine. There's a trim tab underneath that, and then you have a control stick here that's going to control basically your bank and your pitch. So forward is down, back is up, to the side is left bank of the wing, right bank of the wing, and if you can't see them, there are rudder pedals that are down low here that are in the aircraft. There's one of them. That's the right rudder pedal. The one on the floor is the brake. You use your heels for that. And that controls the yaw, or kind of the rotation on the axis, you know, from the tail to the nose. Okay? There were 2 seats in these, the front seat and the back seat. If you're flying this particular aircraft by yourself, you must sit in the back seat because of weight and balance. Let's talk about some parts of the aircraft. The body of the aircraft itself is the fuselage. The tail of the aircraft collectively is called the empennage, and you won't hear that term very often. This piece here is your horizontal stabilizer, and basically that keeps the tail flying in flight. The control surface on the tail we call the elevator. When that is deflected up, it will push the tail down and the aircraft will climb. And opposite for the other basic setting is if you push the stick down, the tail will go down, the elevator will go down, and the wind will deflect the tail to go up, and the aircraft will go down. What you see here on the back is the rudder of the aircraft. And again, that controls the yaw of the aircraft. And that is controlled by your feet. So you use your feet in coordinated flight to use the rudder to control the yaw of the aircraft. What you see on the back half of the wings, on the outside, is an aileron. And the aileron causes the wings to bank in one direction or the other. So control stick to the side, deflecting this control surface up, will push this wing down, and conversely, the aircraft will bank to the left. You'll see that the other control is opposite at this point, and that would push that wing up, which makes sense for how you're going to fly. A lot of aircraft have flaps. This does not. The flaps would be in this area of the wing, and the flaps are used to increase the surface area of the wing to provide more lift, typically on landing and sometimes on takeoff. So folks, here you have it. I was hoping to fly today and give you a look at what this aircraft would look like flying, but we didn't have a chance to do that because the winds this afternoon are a little past what I'd be comfortable flying a museum piece like this in this type of weather. All right, so what we will do is let's have a look at the wing. So the wing span is the length of the wing. You can see that there. The wing chord is basically a horizontal line through this whole bottom of the wing, and you can see, or hopefully you can see, that that is a very large wing chord. So there's a ton of surface area on this wing to provide lift. And this airplane needs that because it's flying on a low horsepower engine, which is perfect for training economy, flying low and slow with the aircraft all the way open. So again, you're looking at a 1940 Piper J3 Cub and powered by a Continental 65, C65 or A65 engine with a Sensenich prop. And this is a beautiful airplane. It's a friend of mine, and I do get to fly this. So thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll go through more detail on the flight control surfaces and how everything works. But I thought I might give you a live example today since we can't come out and visit the airport. This is one of the aircraft that I do fly, and that is a very nice showpiece as well. Okay, on to our next part of the lesson.